Hi guys, in this video we are going to show how to create this animated sidebar. The reason of making this video it is because I couldn't find something similar online. While it's not difficult, I find it could be useful for someone else. We can describe this sidebar with the vertical scroll bar included in it and changing the active item of the menu while we scroll, okay? We are going to do the live coding and trying to explain how it works and how to do it for your own project. This sidebar is as a part of a project I'm working. I don't find this particular very beautiful and modern style. The main idea of this video is to show how you can use it, how to do it, and how you can implement it in your own page. We are going to start with the index.html. We are going to do the three files, the index.html, the style CSS, and the script.js. I will start coding with you. I will try to explain the job I made, and well, if you have any doubts, maybe you can make a comment or ask me. The code will be in the GitHub, so anyone can get it. Let's start. First, we are going to create the HTML boilerplate with doc done. We are changing the title to animated sidebar. In this case, I decided to add Montserrat font, but you can add what you want, okay? Montserrat Google font. You can use what you want. I just decided to do this because just if someone is interested, Montserrat is a neighborhood in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and this is a trending font that is being used daily more. Let's take regular 400, get the code, copy code, done. So now in the head we are adding this font. I have the prettier, as you can see here, I have the prettier, so when I save it will automatically correct all the style. And we are going to link the style sheet now. Style.css. We are creating the file. Well, let's go now to the body. In the body, we are going to have two simple parts connected, the sidebar and the content. We are creating now the sidebar, then the menu wrapper that will contain all the menu items. Let's check it. This is the sidebar. Then we have the menu wrapper, and then the menu items, okay? And this indicator will be a div. The line, we are going to add it later as a before, a pseudo element of CSS. We are going to see that later. Now we are going to code only this part about the sidebar, okay? So we are starting with the sidebar. Is a div dot sidebar. This is a shortcut, okay, and we'll create the proper class. Inside of this div we are creating the menu wrapper that will contain all the menu items. Inside the menu wrapper we are going to have the menu, and now we are creating list with an anchor. Sorry for that. So we have a, and here we are going to make reference to the home. Here we have to take some care where should be, if here or here. Okay, so let's go. Now we are going to create 4 elements: services, about, contact. I will use this sidebar later. I will modify it for a portfolio, okay, for a portfolio for professional services. Services, about, contact. Okay. This is wrong. It's not a div, is an order list, and here we are going to close it. And here div indicator. Here we are going to create the indicator that later we are going to style it, and then we are going to add the scroll bar as a before, with the before pseudo element in CSS. So now we have enough to start styling this. But first we are going to see what we have. Okay, give me a second. Here we have, so we have the items here, and now we are going to start styling them. In the style CSS, we are going to start with the root. We are going to declare some variables that we are going to use later. The width of the sidebar, we are going to set it to 90 pixels. It is mandatory 90 pixels. No, guys, I am only showing what I did. Even I will not be using this sidebar as it is, but it will be close to this one. But I struggled a little how to find this to make it work, because it was necessary to make some kinds of calculations. These colors I already had it selected. You can use it, up to you. Here we have to take care that RGBA has to have no space, and then we are going to declare accent color as all these colors. I already had it. B8, B7. I am showing how to declare the variables. Accent color, semicolon missing. Background color, F4, F7, F6, not really important. Font, family, and here we are adding Montserrat, and if we have no this one available, we have to set someone else. Comic Sans MS. To be honest, I don't know if this one will work. Let me check. Arial, enough. Okay, so if Montserrat is not available, if the browser cannot find it, we go with Arial. And we are adding here the scroll behavior as smooth. Why? Because it changed totally the user experience of the indicator moving when the user moves. Okay, now we are going to set the body. We are this margin 0 is just to reset the behavior of the browser, because maybe every browser has a different style at the beginning. Font family, we are using font family. Background color, we already have the variable declared before. Display flex, why this one and why now? Because we are going to have two parts in the body. we are going to have the sidebar and the content, and to have the sidebar on the left and the content on the right, we need to declare here the display flex. Okay, we are going to make that part of the DOM later. Overflow X hidden, just we don't want to struggle with horizontal overflow now. Okay, and now we are going to select the sidebar, the width, just guess guys, we are going to do bar sidebar width 90 pixels. We have to talk about that. The height 100% of the viewport wide. Okay, 100% of the viewport will be the height. Okay, so we are going to have the sidebar 100% of the viewport, and also it will be fixed. The background, let me check this. Background, we are going to do linear gradient 180 degrees, starting from a gray and finishing in black, but it's just to show what you can do, guys, with this sidebar. You can do what you want. Then position has to be fixed. Why has to be fixed? Due to we want to see the sidebar all the time, even when the user scrolls, and also we are not allowing other component to push the sidebar anywhere else. Okay, the sidebar we want to be there as we are here. So all the time we are in that page, we want to see the sidebar there. Then we are adding padding. This padding will be bottom top, and this one will be left right. Okay, box sizing has to be border box. Why? This is important to add the border and the padding to the element width. When we change this border to border box, we are adding the padding and the border to the element width. And now we are going to talk about that. We finish with box shadow, 2 pixels, 0, 8 pixels, RGBA, and 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, and 0.3. Let's talk about this. If we don't add this, we are going to overlap the content later. Why? Because later we are going to set the content a margin of 90 pixels. But we have this padding. Okay? So we in this case, when we set the border box to box sizing, we ensure that within the 90 pixels we have the padding. Okay, in this case it's important this number 5 pixels. If I remember later, I will show you the two positions if we use it and if we don't use it. Okay, and box shadows, we shadow need it is something we can see. Okay, we should be able to see now the sidebar. Okay, and this is the box shadow. No, this is not, sorry guys. Okay, and we have the box shadow, the 90 pixels. Okay, and we have the elements here. We are going now to start styling them. Now we are going to style the menu wrapper. We took the selector, and the menu wrapper position will be relative. This is important for the childs. Remember, we have the menu wrappers and these one are the childs, okay? Indicator and menu and all the items. We are going to set the position absolute to them, but we have to start now with position relative to these ones. Position relative. The height 80%. And the margin top will be set to 10% of the window height. Okay. Now we are going to add the vertical scroll bar next the vertical scroll bar here. Okay, how we are going to do that? Instead of adding something in the HTML in the DOM, we are going to use the pseudo element before. So we are going to add it now. This pseudo element with this pseudo element is mandatory to declare the content even if it is empty. Okay, so we are declaring an empty content. The position will be absolute to what? To the menu wrapper. Okay, and we are going to set it as 60 pixels because I already know that this space works well. Top 0, top O, bottom also O. The width of the line will be with 2 pixels. And the background color, we are going to get the primary color. So if we see it now, we have the scroll bar. Okay guys, at this one we have already the scroll bar. We added it with the pseudo element before. Now we can add a style to this. Okay, we can start making it look better. Let's work. We are going to select the menu. At the beginning, menu. At the beginning we have to this list style to none. This will remove the dots, okay? The list elements. The padding 0, the margin 0, the height of the menu 100% of what? 100% of the parent, okay? Menu 100% of menu wrapper will be in my case around 700 600 pixels. I already checked it before doing this video. The display flex it is because we want to organize the menu items as columns, okay? Then we are going to check how we are going to distribute them. And now we are going to do the flex direction as column. We should have something now to see. We have something to see, okay? And now with justify content space around, we should have something. Yeah, okay. We are going to do the align items to center. This will center them horizontally after we rotate them, okay? Now we are going to style the menu anchor. Menu list A what we are going to do, text decoration none. Why? Because this, so we can delete the line of the links, of the anchors. Now we are going to change the color to white. The font size, we are going to make it a little bigger. Transition, guys, this is an animation. We change the color. In the transition time, we declare it before. Let's declare a transition time. Transition duration 0.6 seconds. Here we have transition duration, okay? And the animation will be is. Now we have something better. We have it. We could see also here is a typo. Let's correct it down. Services, okay. So now we have the items. We have to rotate them. Let's do it. Menu, list item, transformation. We are going to do a rotate of -90 degrees. We are going to do the transition of the transformation. It is mandatory? Absolutely not. I am showing what I did. Everyone can change it. Easy. So now we have something to see. Perfect. What we can do now, we are working with the items, so we can continue doing that. Well, there are two things. The hover. Let's go with the hover. Menu, list, hover, transform, rotate, -90 degrees. And we are, why this -90 degrees? Because if we don't do it when we are experiencing the hover, the text will go back to the original position, okay? And we are going to scale it 10%. Let's check it. Simple, nothing crazy. And now we are going to add the active status of the item. While we cannot see it now because we have the JavaScript to change the class, but we are going to leave it working now. And the color will be bar accent color. We are going to do that later, okay? So let's check. We have something. What we can do, we can start working with the indicator. With this indicator, let's do it. The indicator. The position will be absolute. Absolute to what? To the menu wrapper. We are going to put it at 55 pixel left, and we are choosing 12 pixel width and 12 pixel wide, but you can do it as you want. Indicator. So, position. Absolute. Absolute to what? Remember, to the parent. Menu wrapper. A menu wrapper was declared as relative, okay? That is something to mention. Left 55 pixel. Why? Because I know with this space I will be able to see the indicator over the line we added before. The width of 12 pixels, the height of 12 pixels, The background, well, we are going to use the same background as we use it for the line. Well, now we should have here, if we can see it, we should have a box, okay? We have a box. So how can we change the box to be a circle with a border radius of 50? And this is an animation that we are going to explain now. This top, we are going to change this top with the JavaScript, and this top will be the position. This will be the top. When it changes the position in the vertical line, the top will be the number, and we are adding the animation. What I checked it also when I was doing it is with this scroll behavior smooth, it was much better. So is the animation and the scroll behavior smooth, it works really well, to be honest. And so we have the index, we have the style, we have this, and then we need the content to have something to scroll. Okay, it's just an example. So let's continue creating the content. We are going to do the content. So we have div content with the sections home, and in home we are having an h2 home, and we are adding a paragraph home content. We are multiplying this 4 times. About. Well, it was wrong. Let's move this one. Services, contact. Okay, we are deleting this, and we are adding now, because we are close to start working with that, the script.js. We are closing this. Okay, so now if we see, we are going to have this here, div class section home content. Okay, let's go to do the content. Well, I have to say that I'm surprised because this shouldn't be like this. This shouldn't be like this. This should be a list, right? Div class content. Let me check. This class okay. The mistake. Yeah, perfect. We are going to work now styling the content. Will not be so long, this part. Content, opening curly bracket, margin left, and here is the part we talked before. We have margin left, the sidebar width, that is logical, and the flex grow is how they will occupy the windows. Okay, flex grow. It's not this one. Wait me a minute, I'm checking something. flex flex row will expand to take the remaining space, because one part will be of the sidebar and the content will take the other part of the screen. Okay, and will you see something? I don't think so. Okay, here is regarding the border box. Okay, I want to show because I remember we talked about, and I would like to show this. I will comment this line and we are going to see the overlap here. Okay, why? Because we are losing 5 or 10 pixels here. I think will be 10 pixels, 5 on the left and 5 on the right. So adding this, within the 90 pixel we have the padding. Okay, it is really important. It's really important. And now we are going to add some more style. Nothing really special. That content, all the sections. This is the part where we are creating the enough vertical pixels so we are able to scroll vertical. Okay, so we are going to add a minimum height 100% of the viewport height. We are going to add a padding top and bottom of 40 pixels. If we are a padding, we have again to declare the box size into border box, because if not, the reference of the indicator will be no accurate. Okay, border bottom, it is not necessary. I am doing it just to be able to see where one section finish and start the other one. Box shadow, guys, this is absolutely, just showing what we can do, but it is not really necessary. 0.1. And the box sizing, this part I will try to remember to show before the end of the video what's the difference if we use it and we don't. We are losing 8 pixels, so the position at the end of the ball will be no accurate. Okay, and now just that content section 82, we are going to, this is not really important, 0. We are leaving here the style and we are going to check it. Let's talk about this. We have 4 sections. This should work. It is working. We have the scroll bar of the browser here. We have the anchors working without the active class, and we have the indicator not working. So now we are going to work in the script.js, and it is not so easy to get. To be honest, I spent this an hour getting how to make it work. Let me check. At the beginning we have to think what we are going to do in this script and when. So at the beginning I will start with the event listeners. When this script will run in 2 moments, when the user scroll and when the page loads for the first time. Okay, so I am adding document add event listener scroll. So when the user scroll, I will run the function rep indicator, and when the window add event listener to the load, update indicator again. So we are going to start with the call. When we are going to do in these 2 events is the same thing, calling that than function. So document will represent the HTML content. In this case, HTML content and this scroll. And the window is related to the browser windows. And both of these ones are scroll and load at events, so we are able to take them to run this function. Okay, and now we are creating the update indication function. So function update indicator, it does not receive anything, and we are going to work with this. At the beginning, we are going to select two things from the HTML, LS from the DOM, which will be the menu wrapper and the indicator. And we are going just to do that now. Menu wrapper, document, query selector, menu wrapper, const indicator, document, query selector, that indicator. Okay, now we can work with both of them. What we are going to get now, the client height will give us the visible height. We also have the property offset height that will give us the total height. The difference is that client height gives the padding only, but not the border or margin, and the offset height gives the padding and the border but not the margin. In this case, we have no padding in these elements, so will be no difference in the result. It's just talking. Okay, so we are going to do the menu wrapper height as menu wrapper client height. Here is where I mentioned it before. We can use also the other one is offset height. In this case, it's the same. I just decided to improve client height because I find it is easier because in this case to read the code. Indicator height, the same. Indicator, getting the property client height. Okay, in my case, the menu wrapper will be like 600, and the indicator height, guys, we declare it here. Okay, indicator, this one, 12, so we already know it. With these two things, we are able to calculate the scroll percentage. Will be from 0 to 1 and will tell us where where is in vertically positioning the user. Okay, so let's go for this. Scroll percentage, and we are going to use window, so the browser, scroll Y, and I will write the function and then we are going to explain it because it could be a little tricky. I will take document that document element that scroll height. This will be the total height of the document. If we have 4 sections and more and less every section more or less not. It's sure because we set it is 100% of the viewport height. But if we have 4 sections and more or less they are 700 pixels, we are talking about 2500 pixels, around that, okay? And then this is the total document, but we have to take one page we are always seeing, so this part will be not considered in the calculation. Window that inner height, I will talk about this again. So here we have the total amount of pixels in vertical that the user moved, okay, from the zero. How many pixels the user has scrolled vertically, okay? Here we have the total amount of pixels of the height, and this one is the window height. So for being able to scroll vertically, we have to have many screens in vertically, or at least more than 1.1, 1.2, but more than one, because if not, we cannot scroll in vertically. So this scroll percentage needs to tell how many it is able to scroll down. How can we scroll down all what it is not in the page, okay? And it is giving a number from 0 to 1. It's a little tricky, guys. It's a little tricky. For that reason, I'm making this video, because it took some time for to me to understand it and make it work. And now, with the scroll percentage, we are able to. So, I will try to show it here. So here, when we load the page, it's in 0, and we go down, the scroll percentage will be 1, 0, 0 to 1, okay? And we are close to finish. Now we are going to declare the new top, and the new top will be the position. So after that, we are able to see the indicator moving. So we are going to declare the new top as the scroll percentage times the menu wrapper height minus the indicator height. This number will not change. Which is changing is this one. This one will be always like 500, 600, and this one will be always 12, guys. So this will change only every time that the indicator is called, even the first time, because we are seeing here at the beginning it's starting the bottom, and every time I scroll will be called the function, and every time this new top will be calculated, okay? And now we have to modify the indicator style that we talked before here when we set the animation. So now we are going to say indicator dot style dot top, no, indicator dot style, no me gustó, dot style dot top will be new top, and we have to add, guys, pixels, okay? What do you think, guys? This works? Let's try it. It is working, guys. Do you see this behavior? No, it's not. Let's check this, Let's check this position of the ball. I want to show what happens if we don't use border boxes here. No, you could see it, okay? So it's not accurate. How much is this distance? My calculation is 80 pixels. Why 80 pixels? Because we have padding bottom and top for 40. So with this border box is included, okay? So we start from the beginning and we close in the end. Perfect. What is missing? What is missing? So we have no active class on the buttons. And this is little tricky. Why? Because we want always we want a active class in at least one, always will be one menu item, okay? But we want at least one as active. Which one? We are going to make again with this, we are going to make the calculation which one is closer to the middle, which of the items is closer to the middle of this height, okay? We are making this distance, we are going to make this distance, we are going to make this distance, we are going to make this distance, and we are going to make the calculation of which one number, which distance is smaller. Which is smaller will be turned on, okay? Little tricky, so let's go. Now we are going to calculate the ball center. The ball center height, okay? Give me 1 second. The ball center in height. So we are going to const to create the variable ball center. New top will be the height position, and we are going to make the correction, okay? Adding the top and the going to the middle, okay? We are adding that distance in vertical. And now we have to work with the menu items. We have to bring them from the DOM, all of them. We have to interact with them, trying to find all the distances, okay? So let's first bring them from the DOM. Const menu items document that query selector all. We are taking all of them. This is the proper selector that works. Menu list, okay. And now we are declaring now two variables, active list to null. So at the beginning we are not setting anyone to true. We are not going setting any class of any item class to active to show the proper status. And now we are going to declare a distance to infinite. Why this, guys? Because we are telling at the beginning that there is no one close to the proper ball, okay? But obviously when the page load will work. So we are going an interaction here, menu items, for each arrow function list. For each item of the menu we are going to find the center. Find the center. What center? Center in height, okay? We are going to find this center, this center, this center, and this center. How? This is tricky, eh? At least for me it took time. We are calculating first the height of every menu item center. We are going to create a variable const list center. How? Taking the properties. What property? Offset top. What give us offset top? The distance from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. But we have to go to the center. So how we are going to do it? We are going to take this element height and add in the half. In this case I already know because I check it with every item take 20 pixels, so we are adding 10 pixels. With the proper way to do it will be list client height /2. So we are adding the half. And now we have to calculate the distance between the list center to the ball center. We are adding, we have to get the positive distance. In this case, we are not able to use negative numbers because we want the distance, okay, and they're no interested in the reference. So we are going to do constant distance math absolute list center minus ball center. We are done here, and now we are going to do the comparison. What comparison? If the actual new calculated in this interaction, because this will be doing it for every item in the list. Okay, so this will be every time these functions run will be 4 times this when doing this comparison. What is the comparison? We are checking which distance is smaller than infinite at the beginning, and then we are changing it to the smaller distance, the active condition that later we are going to modify the style. So it will be a simple comparison. If distance is less than the minimum distance, we are updating the value. And changing the active item. This is done, but we have to do two things more, two small things more. To be sure, we have to first remove every active class of every item in the menu. Okay, so we are doing menu items for each, the list arrow function, class list dot remove active. So this line will reset all the classes, active classes. And now if we found something that we want to add the class active, we are going to do the if active list is true. We are going simply active list dot class list dot add to active, and this should work, guys. Let's check it. It is working here, it is working here, it is working here, it is working here, and now we have already our scroll bar working. And that's all, guys. That's all. You can use it. I will upload it later. If you have any comments, just let me know. What we have our animated sidebar working. Today I find that we are building website. We should consider that these kind of animations are basic. There are not. I don't imagine. I am working in a project will be only vanilla JavaScript. And to be honest, I cannot imagine making a project on 2025 without this kind of functionalities. While you can tell me you can do it maybe with other technologies, and I don't care, and I don't know, because every day is a new framework and a new thing going on with the front end. I find that many people is going back to vanilla JavaScript because of the performance. And I doing a project that I will be uploading later, showing will be done only with vanilla JavaScript and maybe some external library, but nothing else. I will leave this code in the repository if you want. If you need something, just write, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.